We're about to do my first podcast episode here. I just got my microphone set up on this lovely box, I think you can see. I haven't recorded a podcast episode like officially. Literally a year ago, May, before I moved, I was like recording podcast episodes like I think with my AirPods like out in a park. I really need to listen to them again because I don't think they're going to be good at all. But yeah, so this is my first official one. I should probably just hit record so I can like explain in the video and in my episode, but I can't wait to watch this and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so much further along. One of my favorite sayings, if your first go at something isn't embarrassing, like it doesn't embarrass you when you look back on it, then you waited too long to do it. So I'm just gonna wing it. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I have a lot that I want to share with everybody, and I just have kind of like this calling to share more of my story and all of that. So hopefully this can impact somebody. So okay, let's hit record. Okay, what do I even say? Oh my god. Nothing is coming to my brain. I just wanted to do kind of like a little intro. I want to do a podcast. What do people say? We're really just out here winging it. Okay, we're gonna restart. Hello world. My name is Casey and I'm coming from you live from my floor. You really should watch the YouTube video because I literally have this microphone on a basket that's upside down and I'm sitting on my floor because I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. I love podcasts. I listen to them all the time, but I've never recorded like my own. Well, okay, that's a lie. So last year I started just documenting my journey on trying to get my life back together, going through a breakup again, and selling everything I own to move across the country with absolutely no plan. Yeah, so I started on my walks. I would start recording these podcast episodes because I was going through it, and I like to be inspired by other people who have gone through some crap, and so I was desperately searching up for podcast episodes I kept searching things like woman entrepreneur who is broke and miserable and changed her life around. Just very specific things to how my life was currently going, and there was nothing, literally nothing. And I was like, okay, depression, like anything, and I couldn't find anything, and it was so frustrating. I was like, okay, people always talk about like when they're big and they've made it, how like they had struggles in their life and, you know, the bad times always become better. But I wanted somebody who I could relate with right in that moment. I needed to hear what I'm going to put out for you. And since I couldn't find it, I decided, why not make it? If I'm looking for it, chances are maybe somebody else is looking for it. And maybe you're not a lady, maybe you're not an entrepreneur, maybe you're not broke, maybe you're not going through a breakup, but you have some sort of, but you might relate to this in some sort of way, or maybe, you know, your mental health is draining. Whatever it might be, I'm here to share the real and raw and what I've been going through currently. Not just me sharing, hey guys, I've made it, I'm amazing, and you know, here's just, I struggle too. No, like I'm going to go through the struggles with you guys. And it might be a little dark, it might be a little negative. So I will always give like a little warning. So if you're like me also, like you want to like listen to positive things, I'll let you know when an episode is going to be like, hey, this is for like a day you want positivity. And then I'll let you know if an episode is more negative and you might need to be in the right mindset for that, because the last thing I want to do is just be a Debbie Downer. I just want to be real and raw with you guys, okay? I want to share how these bad days can build better days, because I've witnessed it. I've gone through some really bad days and I've had some really amazing days, and they never would have happened if I didn't experience those really lows. Another saying I love is the breakthroughs come from the breakdowns. Sometimes you have to hit your low in order to bounce back up, okay? And I want to let you know that whatever you may be going through right now, it's going to be temporary, okay? Only if you make it that way. You can sit and sulk in something and you can make it your permanent life, and it can really, really suck. Or you can listen to this podcast. You can find some inspiration elsewhere. You can get motivated. You can get your butt off of the ground. I know my butt is currently on the ground, but you know what I mean, okay? The bad days really do build better days. That is the whole purpose of this podcast. So that's a little bit of what you're going to be hearing from me. I am a little backstory if you don't know who I am. I am 28 years old as of right now, a 90s baby, 95. And like I said, I currently am living in Outer Banks, North Carolina. Yes, like the real Outer Banks, like the show. I moved from Oregon back in August 2022. I sold everything I owned, literally everything. I don't even own a fork right now. It's super fun. I packed up, a couple bags of clothes, my laptop, and my 2 dogs, Rocky and Piper. They're both blue heelers. Rocky is like a mix of like stubborn and sassy and the best cuddler ever, but we drove without a plan. I know it sounds crazy, but it really was what happened. I hit this super low point in my life after I thought I got over the low point. So it was really, really frustrating to me because I'm riding this roller coaster. There's the low days, the high days, and I think that the roller coaster's over and I'm just gonna be coasting, but then it takes a dive. And you know what I do when it takes a dive? I climb back up. And it's not easy, but I knew that something needed to change. A lot changed. So I looked at my life and was like, okay, these are the things I really want in my life. And I had achieved a lot that I wanted, but I was like, no, I want more. And it was right before my 27th birthday. I'm like, okay, so everything I've been doing in my life up to now is not getting me to the life that I want, right? So everything needs to change. Literally everything. I'm gonna scrap everything I've done and everything I've known, and I am going to rebrand myself. That was the exact word that I kept saying. I was like, okay, I gotta sell my clothes. I gotta get different clothes. I want a new style. I gotta change the way I eat. I gotta change the way I talk to people. I gotta change the music I listen to, the books I read, everything. I was like, it all needs to change. And I wrote down everything that I was doing, right? And wasn't serving me. And I was like, what's really, really holding me back? Like, what is the one thing that I can pinpoint and be like, that's the reason I don't have everything? You wanna know what that was? Alcohol. Drinking alcohol. No matter how fun it was, even if it was just on the weekends, just with my friends, just at events, no, it had to go completely. In that moment, I'm not kidding, this was like one morning I just woke up and I was like, it was a couple months, almost like a year of not wanting to wake up. And I said, it needs to change. Everything needs to change. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make it anymore because I'm just not happy. Everything needs to change. It was like do or die. I was like, this needs to happen. And I never took a sip of alcohol again. Well, I mean, it's been 14 months now, 15 months as of May. So I stopped in February 2022, February 27th, sorry. I'm trying to think of my dates here because it was right before my birthday. My birthday is March 7th. So yeah, I stopped drinking and it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. So I did that. I decided to move, did that in August. and I just, I started really just reevaluating everything I did, and it's been the best thing that I've ever done. So that's a little backstory. I'm also an online personal trainer. I've been doing that since 2017. It's going really great. It's one of my biggest passions, but I realized that I wanted to do more and make more of an impact on a larger scale. So that's why this podcast came up. I'm also in the works of writing a book. I'm not sure how far along I'll make that, but it's just another passion project. I'm just here to, like I said, make a bigger impact. There's a lot that's happened in my life, and I don't want to sit here and like play victim and be like, oh my gosh, so much has happened to me. But I think everybody has a story, and I think some people, I think everybody needs to tell their story, but some people, it's like there's some random things, some really painful things that happen in your life for a reason, and you can either sit there and be the victim and be like, why is this happening to me? Like, my life sucks. Or you can be an impactor and be like, okay, you know what? Like, this happened to me and it really sucked, but I made it through. So now I'm going to go out and share my message and help other people make it through. I know when I shared myself going through like an abusive relationship and how I made it out, so many people were like, I relate to this. I had no idea. And the only reason I got out of that relationship was because another girl was sharing her story. So that's just the power of influence that everybody has. You do not need to have like thousands of followers to be some sort of influencer. You can influence the person at the grocery store right next to you. So that's what I'm here to do, to help motivate, influence you in mental health, fitness, business, whatever it might be. I hope that you guys enjoy this podcast, and I am hoping to put out an episode every week. So of course, let me know if there's specific topics you would love to hear about, or ask me any questions. I do have some things planned. Like I said, I started recording episodes last May, so I'm hoping to be able to revive some of those. I don't know how awful the quality is, so I'm hoping that I can put some of those out for you guys. Otherwise, you will hear from me every Thursday. Thank you so much for listening to this and joining us today, and I will see you guys next time. I think that was good. That was fun. It's hard because my little ADHD brain likes to kind of like scroll. Like, I'm just talking about everything, and then I rant about one thing for a while, and then I forget like what I wanted to say or like add on to that. Maybe I should create some kind of script. I don't know, but also I need like some sort of fidget thing. I don't know what I was doing with this, but I forgot I was on camera too. I feel just so emotional because I had somebody like do my intro, because I wanted like somebody to kind of like talk for my intro instead of like me, because it's just me doing the podcast. I'm not planning on taking on like any interviews. I just want to like be able to share my story and kind of like motivate people, like give them a little motivation or a little kick in the butt, whatever it might be. Like, maybe in the future I'll do interviews, but that's just not my style. Maybe it'd be more of like a coffee chat or something. But anyways, I wanted a different person doing the intro, so it kind of seemed like it wasn't just me. I don't know. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going off of like what feels good to me, and maybe later down the road I'm gonna be like, why did I do that? Like, that's not the podcast way to do things. But I'm just passion project, baby. Just out here winging it on the floor. My foot is falling asleep. Oh my gosh, holy smokes. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap up this YouTube video and work on getting my first episode out. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm so excited. Thank you guys for watching this, supporting me, and I will try to record an episode or like YouTube every time I do an episode. We have no idea where we're gonna end up, so it'll be fun. Okay, goodbye. Mwah.